It would appear that the conversation around climate change is coming to a bit of a hot end at the end of this year, because we are a few weeks away from officially being the hottest year on record. Now, Dominic George, the debate will go on ad infinitum, I guess, about whether people consider the climate to be just changing, or whether it's man-made, or whether it's contributions made by man. But I guess what we're saying now is it's inarguable that this is the hottest year on record, so we can at least start the conversation there.
Yeah, and I tell you what, as someone who needs the sunshine and relishes hot weather, I really hope that we can get some of this action down south. December's hardly been what you'd call one of the hottest months around, but I'm just hoping that this comes to fruition and that the sort of January, February are going to be outstandingly hot months.
Well, let me ask you this, because you're involved with the farming show, which is now called The Country,
Correct.
On News Talk ZB and Radio Sport.
Well done.
So, that little plug. So, with 70 New Zealand centres about to be poised to set new mean temperatures, how does that affect the... I think about Central Otago and those kind of places. What does that actually mean, though, for the farmers?
Well, it's massive, obviously, but it's really interesting because if you look, and this information comes from NIWA, if you look at the soil moisture deficit maps, which basically measures the amount of, obviously, moisture in the soil, if you look to this year compared to last year was a heck of a lot drier in so many more different regions. What's happened this year is it's been incredibly wet. So, of course, temperature and moisture don't necessarily go hand in hand. It can you can still have a warm day, but it rains. And so most of the country is in really good shape agriculture-wise as we head into traditionally the drier months.
And to wrap it up, the conversation, I guess, a little bit, let's go to Brett Mullen, who is the NIWA Principal Climate Scientist. He's just said this very simply, quote, "What we are seeing is the stark reality of global warming." And let me just say this on the whole global warming debate. It's a great fun debate to have.
Oh, yeah.
I used to love doing it as a talkback host, but I would always take the pragmatic position that if you accept man-made global warming or not, right? Forget that. The reality is, if we stop polluting, that ticks a whole lot of those same boxes, carbon monoxide, carbon poisoning, things out the back of the cars. Stopping polluting the environment actually helps a lot of those allegations of what we need to do to stop global warming. So I've always been a big advocate for let's just stop polluting the country.
It's a good one. I don't think you get too many arguments with it.
But that's the point. And if it helps in the climate change situation, i.e. even if you don't accept that argument,
yes,
that is still a good thing to do. We want clean waterways. We don't want to be breathing in carbon monoxide.
That's right. You can buy into that side of the argument. You don't have to admit anything else.
No.
But if you make an effort to stop pollution, then that surely will put us right in a whole raft of different issues.
Yeah, so I've been an advocate for a while for just, the climate change and the zero footprint and the carbon exchange, all that kind of stuff is one thing that some people find hard to grasp. Just grasp this one. Do everything you can, a little bit every day, to stop polluting your environment, and that will help every other issue that comes from it, all the way up to and including potentially climate change.